Hi, I'm Victor Lucas. This is Johnny Millennium, and you're watching Film Fury. We just got out of a screening of a new movie called Baby Driver, which is written and directed by Edgar Wright. It's a gorgeous day to review this, yeah?
But beautiful day, and we were in a dark theater. What did you think about this movie?
I thought this movie was really cool. It works like clockwork. Edgar Wright is one of those kinds of directors where, he likes to toy with the unexpected and constantly keep you on the edge of your seat, I think.
I love Edgar Wright.
Yeah.
I've loved every single film he's ever done. And for me, this film was average. It's really good, but it's not as good as like Scott Pilgrim, Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, any of that. I think it's a good heist movie, but that's about it. We got to talk about the story a little bit with no spoilers, obviously.
Yeah, Ansel Elgort plays the titular character, Baby Driver, and he is an incredible driver in this thing. It's really kind of focused on him and his skills as he deals with these, nefarious criminals that are all brought together by the uber nefarious criminal played by Kevin Spacey, who's an amazing bad guy.
He's always the same actor in every film, and that's okay, though. I love him. I love him in House of Cards. I love him in this movie. He always plays his role really well.
Yeah, he's an incredible actor. I've loved that guy since Wise Guy, way back in, I think it was the 80s. He played a character named Mel Prophet, and he totally stood out on television. And he's just been incredible. He's amazing.
He's got a great presence.
Yes.
You know, like when he's in front of the camera, he's like dominating.
He has this moment in the movie where he has this big monologue, and in the middle of the monologue, his back is turned to camera, and he's sketched out the whole plan on a chalkboard, and he steps back and he kind of recognizes what a genius he is because he did all that talking and sketched everything up. That was a fantastic moment.
I don't even know the main actor, though. I've never seen this guy before. I'm watching him, and I'm like, this to me is a baby face, no pun intended.
Yeah.
He plays the character Baby.
Yeah.
But I'm like, who is this guy?
Ansel Elgort, I think he's like one of these, oh, of course this guy's going to be a movie star. He's terrific in this thing.
He's really good, yeah.
He doesn't have a lot to say, but when he does say it, it kind of connects, and it's powerful work.
And that's exactly, he doesn't say a lot because he's listening to music all the way through. And that's where Edgar Wright always shines, in the music department. There's some fantastic sounds, there's some fantastic music in this throughout. I want the soundtrack, that's 100% for sure.
Yeah, he really plays with, some classic Americana, some soul music, some theme songs for different movies and TV shows.
Yes.
Lots of interesting choices all the way through. And he cut this movie clearly to the syncopation that you're hearing in all the music.
He always does, and all of his movies are like very music driven throughout. And you can just tell he was sitting writing the script, listening to music, saying, oh yeah, I envision this scene, and and he'll go dancing through this scene. And so it succeeds as an Edgar Wright movie in that regard.
Yes.
But it just is a heist movie, and there's a really nice romance in here.
Yep.
And I like that. It feels a bit true romancy in that regard. A little bit like that.
Yeah, there are lovers that are sort of facing this kind of dystopia that's all around them because this criminal underworld that they are experiencing is no good. John Hamm is a good criminal. Jamie Foxx, actually, I think,
is a creepy criminal.
He's terrific in this. And then he's such a talent, this guy. You know, like he's able to play Ray Charles one moment. He's a great comedic guy. He's got this singing, talent that he has. It's just so on edge. That you are creeped out when you watch him.
I'm totally disturbed by his character all the way through. Whenever he shows up, and again, no spoilers. There's so much we want to talk about the story. We have to kind of glide over it a little bit.
I don't think it works all the way through, and I think part of the problem is that it's kind of structured like each act is a heist, or each act is some kind of criminal interaction. And
to get to know the criminals in it.
So it's like we have these little episodes cut within the movie, and some of the heists go better than others, but there is a sense of routine that we're going back, a little Groundhog Day-esque kind of like
we've seen the movie before. We've seen it a lot.
Yeah.
And the thing that Edgar Wright brings to it is the music, is the editing, the cutting, the shot for shots. He's brilliant.
Car chases are pretty amazing.
They're pretty good.
Yeah.
They're not bad, but we've seen them before, so
I feel like the movie's a little indulgent. I mean, that's the biggest crime that the movie makes, and Edgar Wright, I think, has a predilection for making, like I thought Scott Pilgrim was incredible, but it also went on a little long as well.
Oh, that's a whole other argument. I like Scott Pilgrim a lot.
Me too, but I think one of the things that would have benefited that film and this movie is just a little more trimming, a little more editing, and I think that's one of the issues when you're the writer-director. You fall in love with
your scenes.
Yeah, all of the stuff, and there is a lot to love here.
Yeah,
but I feel like it just goes on a titch too long.
Yes.
And we don't really get to explore all this stuff. Like, I love the relationship between between Baby Driver and his stepfather. I thought
that was wonderful.
That was really nice work.
Yeah.
And you do care about him, and you care about some of the other supporting characters as well, and you're efficiently creeped out. I think John Hamm is kind of fun to watch in this movie, a little over the top.
Yeah, overall, it's a good movie, but as an Edgar Wright movie, it falls a little short, and that's because we have such high expectations for Edgar Wright, and that's our own fault, I think, for me at least.
Well, this is certainly a love letter to the car chase genre and the heist movies and the Americana.
I think he just wanted to make one of those types of movies in his career.
I like it, but I agree. I think that this is a guy that can play with fantasy so well that it's nicer to see him in that area.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, what are you going to give Baby Driver?
I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10.
Just a 7.
Just a 7.
Gets an 8 for me. I think you should see it, but I agree. It's not Edgar Wright's best.
It's kind of average.